Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group weekly reading for the week of August 23rd to the 29th. It's so amazing that we're already at the end of August. In a blink of an eye, the summer is almost done. We're preparing to go back to September. Back to school. That's raising a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of concerns of what restarting, September, the schools, continuing on with life is going to look like. This anxiety is going to be a little bit challenging to overcome. Not impossible, but a challenge. So I want to look at how we can use our skills, our tools, our abilities, combine it with some pretty exciting supports so that you're able to overcome this anxiety. Of course, I'm going to look at what the week is going to offer you as well. And I know that there's going to be an underlying tone and current of anxiety within the readings. So I wanted to bring that up in the introduction. Now, the decks I chose for this week's reading, I had to go with the Wizard's Tarot. We need a little bit of that magic, and we need a lot of that fun. Plus, I went with the Enchanted Map Oracle. It's a fantastic oracle to help guide us forward. Now, like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. And for the selections this week, my friends, I have Selenite, Auralite, and Rose Quartz. I wanted to go with that high vibration of clarity and love with this reading. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you the most right now, and then go in the description box below. You'll find timestamps. You can click on the correlating timestamp to the crystal, and it'll take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome, my Selenite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week is going to offer you guys. What can my Selenite friends expect from the week of August 23rd to the 29th? Commitment. Such a fantastic card. We're literally going to take that hand and we're going to keep moving forward. Now, a commitment isn't just an agreement. It's much more than that. It's an agreement between your heart, your soul, and your body. And it's a commitment to self. And a commitment to finding that purpose and that meaning, to continue experiencing what it is you signed up for. There are many things we are to learn, much more to experience. It's up to us to follow through with that commitment, to follow through with that agreement. Yes, it's not always going to be unicorns and rainbows. However, it's those challenging times that we're going to face that's going to bring us more understanding of self, more understanding of our resiliencies, our abilities, and our adaptability. And maybe that's the word for 2020, adaptability. Many of us have had changes that we had never thought possible. However, we're taking it on ourselves to adapt, to change, to evolve, to meet that challenge. So let's look into this commitment. What does this commitment look like this week? So, got cards jumping already. What does the beginning of the week bring my Selenite friends? The Knight of Wands. Knights are that no fear energy. They're full of that go big or go home energy. And it's that no fear energy that we're going to need. Like I said in the introduction, there's a lot of anxiety and anxious energy swirling around us. We're going to need that courage and that determination, that solar plexus fire to push us forward. Now this is the Knight of Wands. Wands are that inner passion, that inner flame. Again, connects back into that solar plexus energy. However, also taps into the sacral energy of creativity. You're going to find the more you're able to connect into that creative outlet, the more you're going to understand this commitment to self, this commitment to continuing this learning and experiencing what it is you're supposed to. Taking that time to explore and have some fun with that creativity will help you get out of that anxious energy that we're all going to be contending with. And as we start to climb out of August and head into September, we're going to feel that anxiety energy even fuller and more head on, because more and more people will be impacted by the schools reopening and businesses continuing to, take root and try and reopen. Making sure that you use that courageous energy that we all have. And if we're really struggling with that courageous energy, a crystal in the yellow hue, especially something like citrine, will help to connect into that solar plexus fire and help that explosion of creativity and passion that we need. If we're feeling really unstable, something like Tiger Eye that will help stabilize that solar plexus courage. Go with what feels right for you. It's going to be different for everybody, and we're going to start to have those go-to crystals, those go-to aspects and pieces to support us through some challenging times. Let's go into the middle of the week. What can my Selenite friends expect from the middle of the week? The King of Swords. Kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most power, the most control. That sword, truth and knowledge. We're going to be able to cut through not only some of the anxiety, but some of this other heavy, low vibrational energy that's been collecting around us. I like to associate low vibrational energy with something like tar. It's thick, it's heavy, it's sticky. You need something that is sharp and can penetrate that. And the sword of truth and knowledge can easily do that. And it's the truth about self, that knowledge about self, that's going to take us a lot further than our ego and its fluffy puffiness. It likes to puff us up so that we're not able to get to the heart of the matter. It adds to that wall or unknown aspect within self. Trust in the knowledge that we're receiving and that we know about ourselves. The King of Swords never questions his knowledge. He uses it as a vital tool. And that's what we need to do. Start using our knowledge to our advantage. And if you don't feel confident in the knowledge that you have, take baby steps. Don't take grandiose leaps and bounds. Take baby steps so that you can confirm and reaffirm what you're doing. You're going to start to feel less gunky, less stuck. You're going to feel that weight start to lift from your shoulders. When you trust in you and your abilities, you can spread your wings and start to fly. I know that's easier said than done. Another tool that you could use, especially during that middle of the week where you're not too sure about that knowledge or your skills, we're feeling a little bit off, we're not sure about our courage and determination, and this week just feels funky. Well, I have a meditation for that. A number of weeks ago, actually months ago, I did a meditation with Archangel Uriel. And Archangel Uriel is the fire archangel. That's what his name means, fire of God. In this meditation, we started to work on strengthening and understanding our skills and our abilities, which is strengthening ourselves, which goes back to that commitment for self. The meditation is free. You can do it as many times as you'd like and need. I have a link below to my meditational playlist. Click on it and go through them. If you've already participated in Archangel Uriel's meditation, that's okay. You can do it again. You can also connect in with whichever archangel really resonates with you. You're not going to do yourself harm by meditating. These are guided meditations to support you. You can't over-meditate. It's not something that will be toxic. It'll only support and nurture you, help you with that healing, really connects back into that commitment. With all the energies at play, there is a lot of work that you're going to be able to do this week, my Selenite friends. You're going to be able to, degunk and feel better, especially when we start to trust in ourselves, trust in our wisdom, and strengthen ourselves through the use of things like crystals and meditation. Let's go on to the end of the week. What can my Selenite friends expect from the end of the week? The Devil, the 15th card in the Major Arcana. Not that long ago in this reading, I said that high vibrational energy is going to be a lot more supportive than low, and that your ego likes to puff and fluff you up. Well, my friends, we're going to take that time to de-pluck and de-fluff that devil, releasing some of that hold that the devil has over you, that your ego has over you. That commitment to self is that true self, that higher self, so you're able to live that life of authenticity. At the end of the week, we're really going to be able to take on that devil head on, and we're going to make some progress. The more time we spend connecting with self during the earlier part of the week, the stronger we're going to feel to release some of that hold, some of that gunk that's been slowing us down. Now, at the very beginning of this week, starting literally on Sunday, we're entering into a new zodiac sign. It's Virgo. And Virgo is what's called a mutable earth sign. It has that stability and groundedness of the earth, and mutable brings that flexibility. I do have a video on its own for Virgo, and I explain how Virgo, under all the mutable zodiac signs, is one of the less flexible, because we are dealing with that earth energy. But we do have that amazing stabilization energy of the earth with that attention to detail and detail-orientated energy of Virgo that helps us really nitpick that devil apart. Use the energies to your advantage. I can't say that enough. There's a lot of energies out there. We can draw them to us by setting those intentions and asking the high vibrational beings for support in bringing that energy to us, guiding us to where that energy source is, and allowing that energy to inspire us forward. So let's look at the challenge of the week. What challenge will my Selenite friends face for the week of August 23rd through to the 29th? Like I said in the introduction, it's not going to be this anxious energy that we're dealing with. However, that anxious energy will play a part and a role in this week. We have the World, the 21st card in the Major Arcana. Now, the World, she's the ending and beginning of the Major Arcana. She encourages us to reflect back on all that we've achieved and get excited about the next stage, that next chapter, all that is to come, those amazing adventures and experiences that await us. However, it's our challenge. We're going to fear that. We're going to fear that instability. It goes back into that fear of what's coming next, that fear of September, the fear of our future. When we limit ourselves back to this low vibrational energy of fear, we allow the devil to take that noose, tighten it on, and slow us down. Think of it as a dog that's chained to a tree or chained to the ground. We don't feel like we can get anywhere. There's only so far we can go before we're yanked backwards. And fear is part of that chain. It's a strong chain that we hold around our neck. Now, if we take that courage, that solar plexus energy, we take some supportive measures through crystals, through meditation, through visualizations, through grounding ourselves, we will have the ability to change the dancer or the world from a challenge to an ally. Because when we can take that pause and celebrate everything that we've achieved, and then with as much might as we can, look forward to the experience that's going to be there for us, those lessons that we need to learn, knowing that we do have that universal energy, the high vibrational beings behind us. We have that knowledge, that passion, willpower, and drive to overcome whatever the future holds for us. It doesn't matter if we have to work at it. We learn a lot more. We experience through work. We challenge ourselves and we're able to grow even more. So yes, that fear, that anxiety is going to be a challenge for us. However, like I said, we can use that to our advantage. Using those tools, those coping mechanisms to calm that anxiety enough. I'm not asking you to get rid of it all because that's impossible. Calm it enough so that you can move away from the devil. You loosen that noose enough to pull it off your head so that you can go a little bit further into this experience. Let's go on to some blessings. What blessing can my Selenite friends embrace for the week of August 23rd through the 29th? Ride the wave. Go with the flow, my friends. We can't change what's happening. We can transmute and work with the energies that are there. We can work with what's happening around us. We can work through our challenges. However, when we go with the flow and we ride the wave, we're able to gain more momentum and more understanding of what we're experiencing. When we try and go against that current, that's when we start to really feel that resistance, we feel that anxiety, and most importantly, we feel that pain. None of it is what we want to experience right now. We want that stability and that passion to push us forward so that we can overcome these challenges. We can experience all that we can right now. Wishing well. We have to make sure that we're asking for the support we need. Sending out those wishes, those hopes, those prayers. If we don't put words to how we're feeling, the high vibrational beings really can't do anything. We have to ask them for that help. We have to wish and pray for what it is we need before they can step in. So it's up to us to use our words, set those intentions, ask for the help that we need, because that help is there. They're just bound by the universal law of free will. Compass. That direction is there. Your ego has just put a barrier around it, because that compass means change, evolution, movement. It's time to take back what's truly ours, embracing us and all our amazing abilities and skills, nurturing, healing, and releasing what isn't working. Because when we start to do things for ourselves in that high vibrational energy, that's when the devil starts to feel that pinch. That's when we start to realize where it is we've gone and where it is we're going to go. Embracing and utilizing the world as an ally. And we have that ability. It's just up to us to embrace and take hold of that ability. So we're going to end off on any further insight and wisdom that we can share with my Selenite friends for the week of August 23rd to the 29th. The Knight of Cups. We have yet another Knight. This time of the cup. Cups are about that intuition and emotion. The Knight is encouraging you, no matter how fearful, how sorrowful we feel. We need to keep pushing forward. We need to keep moving. Yes, there's a lot of energies, and it's going to feel like this, that we're literally plowing through the energies, that we're trudging through at a slow pace, and it's just feeling overwhelming. We need that courage, that determination not to give up, to trust in yourself and your abilities. Now, we do have the double Knights, the Cups and the Wands. And the Knights are the 12th card in the Minor Arcana. So when you have that multiple 12, the angels are telling you that this is a time of spiritual growth and awakening. That's very much what this week is about, is that awakening and understanding of you. How you can use your talents and skills to your advantage, which in turn will start to help others as well. I know it sounds very egocentric when I'm saying that you need to work on you, give you time. There's lots of yous in this reading. That's because this is about you. Strengthening and reinforcing you so you feel strong and able to support yourself and those important people around you to overcoming the challenges that they're going to face. And finally, strength, the 8th card in the Major Arcana. Strength talks about using your skills and your abilities. Again, we're back to you. I know that this is very much a you-driven reading. Using you and your strengths, your abilities, to tame that ferocious beast. And it's not just going through the motions. It's owning it. It's making those skills, because like anything else, a skill is a skill. Many of us know how to ride a bike, but some of us take it to that next level. And it's in that next level that you find that understanding, you find that passion, most importantly, you find that fun. Strength wants you to own yourself, own your gifts, your talents, your skills, and use them as only you can to overcome the challenges. Experience all that you can. Because when you are doing it from your own heart center and allowing your natural skills, your natural sense of you, that energy and essence and love from you, that's when the miracles truly happen. Not only for those who can spectate and watch you, also for yourself, because you find that fulfillment and that abundance that we're looking for. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing healing and insight is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you want to support me in making more videos, I have a Patreon page. And yes, like everybody else, there's tiers and perks. Which, yes, includes, of course, free readings and healings for myself. However, it also includes Patreon exclusive readings. It's a fantastic way to support me and you as you gain guidance, and me as I can continue to support people. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Selenite friends. Hello and welcome, my Auralite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for you guys. What can my Auralite friends expect from the week of August 23rd through to the 29th? Coming to life. What a fantastic card. In the introduction, I did mention how anxiety is going to play a role in the week, and well, the weeks to come. As things start to unfold, there's a lot of unknowns and what ifs. However, and a big however, you have that ability to start to spread your wings and awaken aspects of self that either you have buried down deep within you or you forgot were there because we packed them from past lifetimes. It's up to us to brighten up those dark, hidden places within ourselves, shed some love, and lots of passion and nurturing into these aspects so that they do erupt and you feel that connection and revitalization that it will bring you. It's amazing how weeks can have such altering views. Yes, we have this anxious energy in play. However, this week offers us a lot of unique possibilities and opportunities. On Sunday, that's when we're seeing Virgo rise high in the sky. It's time for Leo to step down and to have Virgo rise up. And Virgo is an earth sign. It's a mutable earth sign. I know it sounds a little bit crazy for Earth to be flexible. And out of all the mutable zodiac signs, Virgo is the lesser flexible. However, it does have that flexibility. Virgo also offers us its attention to detail energy. And it's in that detail, in that attention span, that we're going to see things start to ignite, connect, and erupt. So let's look at this week a little bit more. What can my Auralite friends expect from the beginning of the week? And for those who may have missed it, I did do a Virgo reading. So if you're wondering how Virgo is going to impact you, you can go check that reading out. I posted that late last week. The Moon, the 18th card in the Major Arcana, talks about that uncertainty, the unknown, and in many cases the scary. We're taught and conditioned at a young age that everything scary comes out at night. It's when our imagination really starts to erupt and ignite. We start to see boogeymen and monsters in corners. The moon, however, is a guide, is a support. When the moon is high and full, it's quite the beacon. It sheds light into those darker areas. Now, the moon is also a tower keeper. It's a gatekeeper. And it's through this rite of passage that we're going to see that connection to that spark, to that eruption. We have to wade through some uncertainty, some unknown, and yes, some darkness to get to and uncover these amazing aspects of self. Now, around this crustacean, you can kind of see it's kind of all misty. There's water to the moon. In the original card, Pamela Coleman Smith drew a pond or a lake that this crustacean was crawling out of. Anytime you see water in tarot or oracle, you're looking at that intuitive power. We have the ability to gain the guidance that we need from our higher self and the higher vibrational beings that will take us directly to these aspects and pieces that are going to help bring us to life, bring in that fulfillment and that abundance. So, the beginning of the week, we are looking at going into some of those darker areas. Can be a lot of anxiety with that. Make sure that you feel grounded and supported while you're doing this, using visualizations and crystals that are connected into your root chakra, which are anything that is in the black or the red hues. Favorite of mine is tiger iron. Really helps to weight you down and have that connection to your root chakra and to the earth. Using your skills, using your tools, and most importantly, setting those intentions and asking the high vibrational beings for support. We're not supposed to do this alone, my friends. making sure we ask for that guidance, ask for that support, and then, of course, giving yourself time to work on this. Meditating on self, meditating on understanding you. And if that seems too much, even setting the intention before you go to bed to say, hey, high vibrational beings, can you help me? I don't know where to go and I want to connect into this. Can you help guide and support me while I sleep? Because while you sleep, you will find that your ego isn't in resistance to this amazing threshold, to this rite of passage. Again, using those pieces and aspects that are right at hand to your advantage. Let's go into the middle of the week. What can my Auralite friends expect from the middle of the week? I kind of like how this figure, she's holding an orb, and it very much looks like the moon. That connection is very much there, and we can use that to our advantage as well. Using that nurturing, healing energy of the moon, so any lunar deities or connection can really help you out this week. That moon, that lunar effect is going to be very beneficial for you. Later this week, I'm hoping to put out another meditation, and I happen to be working with Archangel Christiel. And Archangel Christiel is the archangel that works with your causal chakra, which is known as your little moon. She wants you to keep your eye out for that meditation so that we can start to work on some of these connections that are going to be so beneficial for you. I am hoping to have that out. I'm hoping around Tuesday, so keep your eye on my channel. Hitting that little red bell will help you be aware of whenever I upload a video. I don't usually have a specific day so much, and especially with those meditations, as I get them out, I bring them to you guys as soon as I can. So it gives you another tool in your toolbox. Okay, back to the middle of the week. The Ace of Pentacles. I love this card. I love how they drew it and how they have those connections. The Ace of Pentacles is a gift. Any aces are. And no matter how much or how little we work with the moon, or how we feel, whether or not we're connecting in, whatever time and energy we expend on self will support us in planting seeds that are going to help us in the future. Our experiences, how we spend our time matters. Those seeds start to grow, they start to flourish, and they start to awaken even more of self, bringing in more of an understanding. Taking that time, working on and nurturing self, focusing in solely on you, will, in time, give you new tools. So the aha moments in the future, we're foreplanning for them. What about the end of the week? What can my Auralite friends expect from the end of the week? The Queen of Cups. She's the second most intuitive card in the deck, next to the High Priestess. The Queen of Cups is actually the earthly embodiment or everyday aspect of the High Priestess. It's using that intuition and creativity to be able to connect in and receive those messages. A lot of what we're going to be doing here is going to be that connection to that universal wisdom, that universal energy. It's going to help give us more guidance. It's going to invigorate and inspire us forward. We're going to be tapping into skills and abilities that we haven't used in quite some time. At the end of the week, we're going to have some understanding on tapping into this amazing energy. And it will feel like pouring our energy into that universal well and it splashing up on us, invigorating and clearing us out. It's part of that coming to life. Yes, we're going to gain some insight into aspects and pieces we hadn't used in quite some time, but it's also about that invigoration. We need that inspiration to go forward. Like I said in the beginning of the video and in the introduction, the energies are really hard to deal with right now. Lots of anxiety, lots of sluggish gunkiness. That low vibrational energy has set in. And unfortunately, low vibrational energy likes to just weigh us down. I like to think of the low vibrational energy like tar. It's sticky, it's hard to move through, and it's sluggish, and it's really hard to get off. However, the easiest way to get it off is through that connection with self, healing, and working on you. When you're able to cleanse and clear you through that intuitive energy, and I know it sounds complicated and hard, however, it's not. You can easily cleanse yourself through the use of water. Water is a natural cleanser. You can be in a bath or a shower and you can visualize that heavy tar, black gunk be rinsed away. And now don't worry, your guardian angel and your guides will transmute that energy to a higher vibrational energy so it doesn't contaminate or hurt others, including Gaia. But you can visualize it coming off of you. You can feel that lightness. You can feel that rejuvenation that the water brings you. An important part of that is setting the intention. So before you get into your shower or your bath, set the intention with your guardian and your guides that you want to cleanse yourself. You want to get rid of some of this buildup. That gives you the ability to foreplan with your guardian and your guides to ensure that that energy is transmuted for the greater good and benefit of all. The end of the week, we're going to feel that rejuvenation. Now, the trick with the rejuvenation piece, though, my friends, you need you to put the work in. It's not just going to happen. The energies are there to support and guide you and nurture you, but you actually have to set those intentions and give yourself that time. So let's look at the challenge. What challenge will my Auralite friends face for the week of August 23rd through to 29th? The Three of Wands. I love this rendition. I love her face and her facial features. You can see it there. She looks so bored and so just fed up. So the Three of Wands is actually a movement card. And it's our challenge. We're going to feel really stagnant and stuck. Remember that tar-like gunkiness I was talking about? Yeah. It's given you that kind of blah feeling. We're missing connections here. We're missing that spark, that excitement, that fulfillment. Just feels like we're going through the motions right now. And this week offers us that ability to reconnect with that fulfillment and joy that we need. However, it's going to be overcoming that blah state, that stagnant, stuck we're feeling. We have the ability to do it. Again, setting those intentions. asking the high vibrational beings for the support that you need. And then, this is a big part, giving yourself time and energy, and most importantly, permission to work on self. So let's go on to some blessings. What blessings can my Auralite friends embrace for the week of August 23rd through to the 29th? Heal the ouch. Part of this connection, part of this cleansing is going to be that healing. One of the ways that we can work on that healing, of course, like I said, you can cleanse yourself through the use of water. You can also use some meditation to clear out that energies within ourselves. I have a number of guided meditations that I've created with the archangels. You can go through that playlist and pick whichever one resonates with you. Like I said, I'm going to have one with Archangel Christiel coming out this week. However, I have other ones. You can participate in them as often as you need for your greater good. That healing is going to be there for you every time you participate in it. Another tool that you can use right at hand. I have a link below in my description box to my meditative playlist. Go there, check it out. Whichever archangel resonates with you the most. That's where you're going to find that healing that's going to be beneficial for you. Compass. This week very much is going to help us dust off and degunk our compass and our get up and go. This inspiration, this connection here is going to help us see more clearly where it is we need to go. These intuitive skills are going to help map out that next step, that next phase. Help reduce and diminish the anxiety that we have about what's going to happen. Because we have even more abilities that we're going to be able to tap into no matter what 2020 keeps throwing at us. So we're going to end off on any further wisdom, insight, and guidance that we can offer my Auralite friends for the week of August 23rd through to the 29th. So just as I was shuffling these cards, I looked up. We've got another orb. So if you look at the Three of Wands, her wand has a blue orb that's very, very similar to the one that this lady's holding. We have that ability to ignite those passions. We've got these two amazing blue orbs. I don't know if it's coming in on camera here. There's one there and the other one. We do have the ability this week to change the Three of Wands from an obstacle to an ally, because we are going to be able to bring that life into this journey, reducing that anxiety and reducing our resistance to what's to come. And it's the resistance of evolution and the fear of the unknown that's causing us stagnation. For right now, the Three of Wands is a challenge. Like I said, we can change that to our advantage. The Four of Pentacles. We have to remind ourselves, probably on a fairly regular basis, the importance of grounding ourselves. Anytime we're looking at tapping into the unknown or intuitive energies, we have that ability to become unstable. And this instability is latched onto by our ego and amplified. That grounding energy, that stability and strength that the earth provides us can support us in going further into that unknown and into that intuitive energy and gaining the answers we need. Like I said earlier, using those tools, those crystals, those visualizations to our advantage, making sure that on person we keep those crystals as close as we can to our skin. The closer they are to our body, the more we're able to readily absorb that energy. Additionally, at the beginning of the week, please remember to cleanse and clear that crystal so that it can support you throughout the week. Additionally, visualizations and grounding meditations will support you in really embracing what is to come. Death, the 13th card in the Major Arcana. Not surprising to see death here. Anytime we're looking at diving deep and adding something new and amplifying energies, we have to release stuff. We need to release that resistance, release that fear, release that energy that's been bogging us down. We're looking at cleansing and clearing. We're looking at healing self. So of course we do have death supporting us. Taking what isn't working so that we leave room for what will. Now death is the 13th card in the Major Arcana, and we have this beautiful Queen of Cups, 13th card in the Minor Arcana. When you have that multiple 13, the angels are telling you it's a time to calm your mind so you can receive those intuitive messages, which is very true. We need to calm ourselves, we need to ground ourselves so that we can receive this amazing guidance, nurturing, and wisdom that's going to take us forward. It's going to help us and inspire us to connect in and activate, which will bring us even more joy and fulfillment. Getting rid of course, that blah mundaneness. Justice, the 11th card in the Major Arcana. Justice is about balance. It's about truth, that right or wrong. And this balance is what we need right now to inspire us and combat what's not working. Justice uses the sword of truth and knowledge to its advantage. And we need that sword of truth and knowledge to help degunk us, to help evaluate what it is we really need to release, and then help slice through this sticky gunkiness. Justice also encourages us to bring balance and harmony into our lives through making those high vibrational decisions for our greater good, no matter how challenging they may be. A lot of us are facing situations and problems, and we're answering and finding a solution in a humdrum way. We're just existing. The solutions and decisions aren't of high vibration. They're of this kind of muted lifelessness. We need that light, we need that love, we need that conviction so that we are able to enjoy and embrace what is happening to us. And I know it can be hard to enjoy what's happening to us when we're struggling. However, we're here to experience all we can. And even in the hardest times, there is light there. Focusing in and amplifying that happiness and joy will help to attract that energy to you even more. Because you'll be living and standing in that light and love. What you put out, what you're going to get back in, my friends. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week's going to offer you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And I know a lot of people have Patreon pages, and there's always lots of tiers and perks. I have the same. I have some perks that are free readings and healings with myself. But I also offer exclusive Patreon readings for my supporters. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Auralite friends. Hello and welcome, my rose quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my rose quartz friends. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the week of August 23rd through to the 29th? Ride the wave. It's time to go with the flow, my friends. Instead of resisting what's happening, resisting these challenges, resisting the inevitable, we need to embrace this energy. Embrace what 2020 has to offer us. When we're riding the wave, we're expending less energy, and we're able to see the most amazing rainbows and pieces and experiences that we can. It's hard to see, but it's there. We are able to experience and embrace amazing aspects and pieces that are right in front of us. We just haven't taken the time to notice. Rainbows and beautiful messages and wisdom is right there. It's up to us to take that time and embrace it, acknowledge it, and then utilize that information to our advantage. In the introduction, I mentioned how anxiety and anxious energy is going to be a lot higher this week. It sucks, but it's true. There's a lot of concern as to what's going to come and what the latter part of this year is going to bring. Like I said, that resistance is going to cause a lot of energy exertion, plus a lot more heartache. You start to spin down this very slippery slope of anxiety and depression. We need to focus in on staying on that high vibration of light and love, not that of sorrow and worry. When we're able to take time to embrace what's happening in the here and now, embrace the rainbows, the fun, and the laughter, we're going to be able to start to dissipate and transmute some of this lower vibrational energy by flooding it with that high vibrational energy of love. We're riding a wave, my friends. We can use it to our advantage. So let's look at this week a bit more. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the beginning of the week? The Tower. It's the 16th card in the Major Arcana. It's that swift change. Stagnation is only allowed for so long before the universe decides it needs to come in and shift us into high gear. Don't be surprised if things start to collide and the beginning part of the week is really turbulent, really challenging, brings up a lot of that pain, that sorrow, and that worry. It's through taking those lower vibrational energies and transmuting them to a higher vibrational energy of light and love. Understanding what is causing the stagnation, that underlying root cause, and starting to work on it. We have a lot of quote-unquote protections in place. We like to make sure that we're really padded so that should something occur, we don't feel it as much. It dulls our experience and lessens what we can learn, which brings us back to the same situation, the same crossroads over and over again. Instead of resisting the shift and change that needs to occur, it's time to embrace it. Releasing what's not working, starting to shed some of that fluffiness that your ego has put in around you. Taking accountability for you and what you have or have not done to bring on the tower's wrath. The universe does not like stagnation. We actually agreed to experience and learn different pieces. The universe is only upholding its portion of that agreement to ensure that there are opportunities and possibilities for us to continue to grow and learn. So the beginning part of the week, my friends, it's going to be bumpy. And that's okay. Those bumps are where we learn the most. What about the middle of the week? What can my rose quartz friends expect from the middle of the week? The King of Swords. That knowledge. Now, kings are the fully developed personality of that suit. That sword, truth, and knowledge. This tower has hit this section of your life, this part of your life before. Like I said, it's a repeated pattern. It's time to learn from that pattern. The more we're open and reflective on what happened at the beginning of the week, the more we're going to be able to add to that experience and knowledge level and move forward rather than go on a repeat loop. When we learn the lesson, we experience and understand what it is we're supposed to learn, we move forward. We have a better understanding of what's happening. We're more able to gain momentum, gain that fulfillment, and move ourselves away from that experience. Taking the knowledge, and this is an important piece, guys, that knowledge, not the emotion that we're attaching to this situation. We're emotional beings, guys. We know that. We need to be mindful not to put another sword into what we need to heal. So in tarot, cards 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of swords all talk about those situations and events that are weighing heavy on us. And it's not the knowledge. Rather, this is a big piece, it's the emotion that we've attached to that. We like to play victim. Oh my God, this happened to me again. That adds another sword and increases the burden that you're carrying. release that emotional state, get into that critical thinking state, you're going to go a lot further and away from the tower, from this repeated event. This week, very much about that learning opportunity and how we can get quite far away from this repeated pattern. What about the end of the week? What can my rose quartz friends expect from the end of the week? The Five of Swords. Like I said, excluding the 4, it's pretty much 3 to 10 that we're looking at that heartache. The Five of Swords talks about getting away with too much. We need to be very mindful of what it is that is occurring this week, and that we stay in that critical thinking, high vibrational space. Your ego is going to scream, "Woe is me. How dare the universe do this to us again?" What are we missing? What lesson is the universe trying to teach us? Like I said at the beginning of the reading, when we embrace what's happening, we're able to move forward. And this forward is away from this repeated pattern. Your ego, though, at the end of the week is going to try and tie you to that tree. That way, your ego has control. It keeps rinse and repeating this same pattern. And you'll find that people do that. There are patterns in our lives that we can't break until we take control and critically think about what we're doing. And that's what this week is offering us. That's the wave we need to ride, is that high vibrational critical thinking wave. Not allowing our ego to come in and try and, well, stake us to the ground. What challenge will my rose quartz friends face for the week of August 23rd through to the 29th? And unfortunately, it's not just the Five of Swords. It's just at the end of the week, you're going to feel that your ego is really screaming. You're going to want to take that victim role. And it's a role that you don't need to take because we've done it before and it hasn't suited us and wasn't for our greatest and bigger. It didn't support us in any way and wasn't for our greater good. The Two of Wands. Now, twos are about duality and choice. That wand is that passion base. Well, we're going to have confusion between the tower and our ego, and of course our higher self. It's going to be quite the battle. It's going to be very confusing. Which path do you take? Without that connection to passion, none of these paths are going to be better. They're all going to be the same. It's going to be kind of dull and mundane. Unfortunately, the energies that have been hanging around we've had lots of energies swirling about. They've kind of been that bull energy. Like, feels so gross. Feels so sluggish. It's that low vibrational stuck energy. And some of that is compounding and adding to the universe's response in the tower. But that low vibrational stuck blah energy is causing stagnation. It's causing uncertainty. We lack the passion. We lack the motivation. We feel overwhelmed. And now we're adding anxiety into the mix. Your ego is going to have a field day with this. Now, part of this riding the wave is that intuitive connection. Anytime you see water in tarot or oracle, you're looking at that intuitive energy. We need this guidance to overcome the ego and get rid of this blondness. Until he is turned to an ally, we're going to have the same rinse and repeat. We're missing that connection. It's part of our pattern. We're missing that passion, that invigoration in what we're doing. We're just going through the motions. Part of the king and this critical thinking is understanding how to connect in more meaningfully with what we're doing. And we won't do that until we break this pattern. Let's look at some blessings for this week. What blessings can my rose quartz friends embrace for the week of August 23rd to the 29th? Ghostlands. It's very much what it feels like right now. Even though we're in this summer heat, many of us feel cold, isolated, disconnected. Disconnected and isolated from those around us. More importantly, disconnected from self. Disconnected from that higher vibration. We feel frozen and fearful. We're missing that passion. We're missing that connection. Come together. It's exactly what we need to do. We need to bring these fractured pieces of self, of community, of family, of connection, and bring it all back together. It's time to embrace all aspects, bring back that passion, bring back that connection, so that we are able to de-thaw ourselves and be prepared to experience whatever else 2020 has for us. We can't stop the universe from striking and doing its thing. We can only choose how we're going to respond. And there are a lot of people who are trying to keep in that high vibration of light and love. I've seen a lot of memes where people are poking fun at what 2020 is going to bring. I've seen aliens, Godzilla, gremlins, and they make me smile. Because our creativity is nowhere near what the truth will be. However, when we stand together, we are so much more powerful. Divided, we fall. Together, we stand. Home connects into that coming together card. And it doesn't mean we all have to run home to mom, because I don't know about you, but my mom would not appreciate that. She doesn't have room for us anymore. There's too many of us now. Home card is talking about that energy, not a place. It's that comfort, that stability, and that connection. Getting us out of that ghost land and getting us into that warm and loving environment. And that's what home is about. When we light the home fires, we kindle that hearth. Whether you have a fireplace or not, we can kindle that energy, that energetic hearth, and we can start to bring things together. We were fractured at the beginning of the year when the virus hit. Late last year, early this year, I kept saying that this is going to be a foundational year. I missed the fact, and I think that was more my ego and protecting myself, that we were going to have quite a disarray that we did. If I had known that, I'm sure I would have done things a little bit differently and maybe been a bit more prepared. However, that was part of my experience. We could all have survived that crash. We have that experience. It's now up to us to take that experience and really set passion to it. It's up to us on how we respond. So we're going to end off on any further insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my rose quartz friends for the week of August 23rd to the 29th. The Page of Cups. I love this page. So pages are that childlike, innocent energy. It's full of inquisitive, playful, loving energy. And now we have the cup. Now cups are about intuition. Like I said, anytime you see that water, you're looking at intuition. However, the Page of Cups is a bit more than that. The Page of Cups is about flexibility. Taking that information, exploring our space and our world. But what's more, being flexible to that unknown. I love the original cup that Pamela Coleman Smith drew. There's a man in these fantastic tights with a lotus flower tunic and this really wild fishy hat. He's holding a cup, and in that cup is the fish. I enjoy the fact that the Wizard's Tarot still has the fish. But he's owning it. The facial expression is like, yeah, I got a fish. I got a fish. And it's that energy that we need this week. It's going to help us ride this wave, help us understand that experience so that we don't repeat the same patterns. We can look at the situation through the lens of a child. Allow the situation to go through that toddler inquisition. Tear it apart. Go to the places that only a toddler would go because they don't understand it. We don't understand it because we keep repeating it. We have an idea that we have that blah state of passionless life, but there's more to it. There always is. Allow that toddler inquisition out and be flexible and creative with the answers and solutions to the situation so you gain the knowledge that's going to help you. It's going to help you understand what's happening and help you connect that passion to this situation. The Four of Swords. Now, like I said, 3 through 10 in the sword suit, excluding the 4, talks about that pain and heartache, that emotion we attach to the situations. The Four of Swords gives us some stability. It encourages us to rest, to rejuvenate. This week starts off with a bang. It's not going to be easy. Taking care of ourselves, taking baby steps, and giving ourselves time to feel the emotions that we need. And then this is a big piece, releasing those emotions. We don't need extra swords. We have that knowledge piece, not the emotional piece that we need to take forward. Allowing that connection to that wand, to that inner passion, to help give us guidance. And we need that guidance so that we can go forward. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you want to support me in making videos, I have a Patreon page. And I know a lot of YouTubers have Patreon pages. And I too have lots of tiers and perks. Most of my tiers and perks are private readings and healings with myself. However, I also include a library of Patreon exclusive readings, just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends,